It's me, it's Queen Elset Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. So I was asked about some ideas for Valentine's Day. So since I'm Aquarius and I'm in the third decan of Aquarius, romance should be one of my areas that I should know something, a little something about at least, right? So it depends on how much money you really want to spend. Valentine's Day can be as inexpensive or as expensive as you want it to be. First and foremost, you really need to talk to your partner about their feelings about Valentine's Day. Some people are very unromantic and they want to ruin the romance for everybody else. Okay? Some people have a big problem with Valentine's Day. A lot of it has to do with the fact that they say that, oh, it's just made up to make money, blah, blah, blah. A lot of things are made up to make money. I think it's more so that a lot of people have a problem with the idea of romance and it being forced. They think their romance should just come authentically throughout the year, not on a special day. I think that's bullshit. I think that any time can be special. It depends on how you make it. So yeah, you should have romance throughout the year, but what's wrong with one day that's specifically dedicated to love? Nothing. So, like I said before, it can be as expensive or as inexpensive as you want it to be. One year, I went to the farmer's market. There's like this little farmer's market type place where I used to live in Philadelphia. And they sold rose petals in the bag. So the roses from the day before that weren't sold, they would put them in bags and they would sell them. Fresh roses. So you can go to places like that. And you probably seen them in your town or in your neighborhoods too. Even some of the flower shops do it sometimes. And you take them and you clean your room really beautiful. Make it smell really nice. Use incense or oils or something like that. And when your sweetie comes over, have changed the sheets, nice clean sheets, and have, sprinkle rose petals all over the bed. Something really simple, really inexpensive, might have cost you $1. The dollar store has Valentine's Day stuff. Again, for those of you who are on a budget, you can ball on a budget at many dollar stores. Aldi food markets very frequently sell roses, and they're like $4 for 6. So it's a lot of very inexpensive ideas, as you can see, that you can do. You can make a meal for your sweetie and make it nice, set the table, put, the good china out, put flowers on the table. Maybe do it out back. If it's warm where you live at, maybe do it out back. Some people have a nice backyard. You can decorate it nicely with lights and, all kind of like romantic kind of themes, Walmart also has a bunch of romantic kind of stuff at very inexpensive prices. And if your sweetie is into Valentine's Day and into romance and things like that, then in that case, the two of you will really get along in this area. So you can see, ask them, what do they want for Valentine's Day? Some people don't want traditional things. Like for me, I like traditional stuff on Valentine's Day. I like money, one of my biggest ones. I like chocolates. I like flowers. I like stuffed animals. I like those kind of things, but everybody does not. So this is a time when you want to ask your sweetie what they want. A friend of mine got her boyfriend a pair of sneakers. He really loves sneakers, so she got him a pair of sneakers. Different people like different things. Likewise, when you're dealing with men, the ones that like to celebrate Valentine's Day, some of the times they appreciate something like a jersey or a pair of sneakers or something like that. So if you guys talk about what you like and what you would like to get, then the two of you can come up with some good ideas. Another idea is to send your sweetie to get her nails done, or him to get a pedicure. I've seen lots of men getting pedicures, which I'm very happy about. Men need to take care of their feet. That doesn't make any sense. Like seriously, if you're not going to do it yourself, there's nothing wrong with getting a pedicure. Nobody said you had to get pink toenail polish, but you can go and get your feet scrubbed, and look like a human being. So that's an idea that you can use. Very inexpensive. A pedicure is like, what, $20? So it's lots of inexpensive ideas. Likewise, I love of jewelry. So if you want to get something more expensive, you can get your sweetie some nice jewelry. It depends on what kind of jewelry they want. 14 karat gold or platinum or something, diamonds, is obviously going to be more expensive. But something like this that I adore cost me like $9, I think it was. So you don't have to get really, really expensive jewelry. This is silver. This is silver with tiger's eye in it. And it wasn't very expensive, as you can see. So like I said before, you can get things, jewelry, things like that. It just depends on what the person you're with really, really likes. You know, that's what you want to do. Usually when I get to know somebody, I listen to them. People always talk about things they like. Yeah, you might not notice this, but if you listen to people, they talk about things they want. Oh, I would love to have that tarot deck. I would love to have that dress. Oh, so-and-so is really cute. And a lot of times they're just talking. They're just talking, you know, and I'm always listening, and I'm like, okay, and I got my phone out and I'm jotting down little things that they like. So when an event like this comes up, a birthday or something like this, I have a list of things that they want and that they like. And as they get the things, I check them off, and the ones that they never buy or they never purchase, I leave on the list. So when Valentine's Day comes, Christmas, their birthday, I have something that they actually said they wanted as a gift. Okay? Spa days are good. Certain spas give gift certificates. So you could send your sweetie to the spa. That might cost you between $50 and maybe $300, depending upon what kind of treatment they want to get. Let's see, what else? Of course, going out is always good. Dinner, dancing, those are great ones. Movies, you know. So it's a lot of great ideas, again, depending upon how much you want to spend. You could give your sweetie tickets to the theater, to a concert, tickets to, if you want to get fancy, a cruise, a trip, you know, anything like that, you know. Like I said before, a lot of it has to do with knowing what the person you love is into. Maybe they don't like flowers. Maybe they would like a plant instead. You know, somebody gave me a really nice bamboo plant once. Really great gift. There's so many ideas now. There's so many gift ideas, and they don't have to break the bank. It just, like I said, it depends on what you personally have and want to spend. One year, I got my sweetie a tattoo. I had the tattoo artist come to my home. He was a tattoo artist that traveled, and he came to my home and he did her tattoo at my home. So it's so many different ideas of things you can give people. You don't have to go with the traditional things. It really just depends on the person. A lot of women would love makeup. Maybe your sweetie's into Fenty makeup or MAC makeup or something like that, you know, and you get them, you know, a new makeup kit, a new eyeshadow palette, for example, things along those lines. It just really depends on, you should know what your lover is into. And if you don't know what your lover is into, that's conversation that you can have during pillow talk, you know. Oh, next week is Valentine's Day, babe, what would you like? Some people like cards. You know, I love cards with my gifts, you know, so it really just depends on the person and what they really like. Another thing I like a lot are baskets. I make baskets. I haven't made any since I've been out of the States, but when I was in the States, I used to make and sell baskets. And basically it would be a basket or a bag or whatever I decided to put it in, a basket or a bag. And inside of it, I would put things in it that they like. You could do this yourself. You can go to the Walmart and buy a really nice basket and put the grass. They have this grass stuff that they sell with the baskets, and you put that in it, and you can put inside of it, and it's even things they have to glue it to the basket so it doesn't fall around. And you could put things in it like candles. You could put things that they like. If you're making it for a man, you could put all the things in it that he likes, like his favorite aftershave, his favorite cologne, the soap he likes, a loofah, a nice beautiful candle with a nice smell, and put it into a bag and wrap the bag up with plastic or fabric, or it's so many ideas. I made so many baskets when I was in the States and would give them as gifts. I made them with Christmas themes, Valentine's themes. So you have a lot of ideas and things like that. If it's somebody who likes to read, you might want to get them books. Somebody like me, I'm into the Harry Potter series, but I don't have the books. So maybe if somebody bought me all the books, and like wrapped them, and you can wrap them if you want to. You wrap them each individually or put them in a big box. It just depends on what the person that, you're with, like I said before, is into. You can get their hair done. You can take them to a strip show, So it's really depends. Bowling, skating. There's so many ideas. You can do a picnic in the park for those of us that live in the warmer climates. A nice picnic with wine and food, sandwiches would be really fun. So it's so many different ideas. And when you want to get into, being romantic, it has to do with time. When I was a very young girl, I used to always write poetry. I still write, but I don't write as often. So on one of my dates, I took my date to the park. I had a basket and I had food in the basket. I had wine in the basket. I had sandwiches in the basket. I had fruit in the basket. And we sat, and as we were eating, I was reading my poetry. Very inexpensive date. One of the most romantic dates I've ever been on, Another time, a young lady took me to get ice cream. We went on an ice cream date. That was the theme of the date, getting ice cream and then sitting by the water. We went to Valley Green. We sat by the water and we ate the ice cream and we talked and laughed and joked, Very inexpensive, very romantic date. So there are a lot of ideas that you can come up with that don't have to break the bank. I hear a lot of fellas, a lot of guys talking about how much it costs, like how much Valentine's Day cost and things like that. But it doesn't have to cost you $1 million. You don't have to, come home with a diamond Tiffany tennis bracelet, There are other ideas that are less expensive, but just as romantic. Valentine's Day isn't really about how much you spend. None of the holidays really are about how much you spend. It's about how much thought and effort you put into showing the person that you care about them. And you absolutely should not only do this on Valentine's Day. This is a great day to do it and to make a big deal of it, but you can also do it on other days. Another thing you might want to do, if your sweetie isn't into, chocolates, maybe they're on a diet or something, you could send them edible arrangements. You can send flowers to their job or, to their home. You see? So it's a lot of different little ideas that you can do that don't have to cost you a great deal of money. Okay? So I hope that helps you guys. Get out there and love today. Get out there and be romantic today and every other day, but especially do it today. Surprise your sweetie. Why not? Why not? This is the person that you spend your life with. Why not surprise them? Okay? So I hope that helps you guys. Have a fabulous Valentine's Day. And if you would like to send me a love donation, I'll leave my PayPal. If you would like to get a reading, I'll leave my email. And if you'd like to hit me up on social media, I'll drop that too. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and pass it on to someone who needs to hear how to woo their sweetie and maybe not break the bank. Okay? See you later.